Well, let's start with what everybody wants to know.
Oh, God.
Trav, when's the wedding?
Get this guy. I was wondering what he was going to ask.
I didn't know what was coming next.
Travis Kelce left everyone in shock when he revealed his wedding date with Taylor Swift during a private Chiefs meeting ahead of the Jacksonville Jaguars game. On Monday, October 6th, the Kansas City Chiefs conference room, normally filled with tactical discussions, erupted with surprise and laughter. Coach Andy Reid had just wrapped up his briefing when Travis, sitting casually between Reid and Patrick Mahomes, wearing a classic patterned shirt and a mischievous smile, suddenly raised his hand, commanding the attention of everyone in the room as he shared the big news. "Coach, I have something personal to share with the team," Travis announced, his voice trembling with excitement yet steady with resolve. Patrick Mahomes leaned in instantly, eyes wide with anticipation, while Andy Reid arched an eyebrow, sensing a revelation was imminent. Across the country in Philadelphia, Jason Kelsey, Travis's famous older brother, watched the session via video call, unaware that his pulse was about to skyrocket. Travis inhaled deeply, his grin radiant, and then dropped the bombshell that left everyone frozen. "Taylor and I have a wedding date. Next February, right after the Super Bowl." Silence gripped the room for a breathless moment before an explosion of cheers and applause erupted, echoing through the Chiefs conference room and marking a historic, heart-melting announcement in sports and celebrity history. Mahomes chuckled and playfully slapped Travis on the shoulder, while Coach Reid smiled knowingly, clearly having anticipated the announcement all along. Meanwhile, Jason Kelsey, watching intently through the screen, froze with a look of pure shock. "What? Say it again," he yelled, sending the entire conference room into uncontrollable laughter. "You picked a wedding date without telling me? I'm the one who baptized you, Travis." Travis doubled over in laughter, trying to calm his brother. "Relax. Jay, you were the first person I was going to call, but I wanted it to be a little surprise." Jason, still stunned, shook his head in disbelief. "Surprise! You almost made me fall off my chair. You and Taylor got married after the Super Bowl. That means if the Chiefs reach the Super Bowl, Travis could flash his championship ring and then slide on his wedding band within the same month. An utterly insane milestone that left the conference room erupting in laughter. Mahomes chimed in, grinning ear to ear. "2 rings in 1 month. That's peak perfection, bro. Nobody can top that." Travis laughed along, his joy unmistakable, explaining that he and Taylor had agonized over the wedding date, balancing the relentless NFL grind with the whirlwind of her era's tour. After countless late-night discussions, they locked in Nashville, a city brimming with their most cherished memories, planning to marry right after the Super Bowl if the Chiefs weren't playing, or following the season's end. Jason, finally recovering from the initial shock, couldn't hide his grin as he leaned into playful teasing, taunting his brother with all the warmth and mischief of sibling rivalry. "I knew it. Ever since you invited Taylor to the game, I told my wife he's going to marry her soon. But I didn't think you'd move this fast." Reid, normally calm and collected, allowed a rare smile to break across his face. Turning to Travis, he added, "Good job, son. But remember, before you put on your wedding suit, you have to don your armor and dominate on the field." A victory over the Jaguars, he implied, would be the ultimate wedding gift. Mahomes raised his hand, grinning in agreement. "Yeah, we're going to win for love." Laughter and cheers erupted through the conference room, blending seamlessly with the palpable excitement of the upcoming game. The room continued buzzing with excitement as Travis leaned back in his chair, grinning from ear to ear. You could feel the energy, not just from the big news, but from the way everyone in the room was soaking in the moment. Mahomes nudged him playfully and said, "Man, you're making the Super Bowl sound like a wedding rehearsal." Everyone laughed, and even Coach Reid shook his head with that subtle, knowing smile he reserves for rare moments like this. Meanwhile, on the video call, Jason Kelsey was still catching his breath, shaking his head in disbelief. "I can't believe you pulled this off without me knowing," he shouted, half in mock anger, half in sheer joy. Travis chuckled and leaned toward the camera. "I had to make it a little surprise, Jay. You were the first person I wanted to tell, but I needed the right moment." Jason's face softened as he realized just how thoughtful his brother had been, and he gave a thumbs up, laughing at the perfect reveal. The conversation shifted naturally to wedding ideas. Travis and Taylor had already been talking about locations, guest lists, and the perfect timing. "We want it to be memorable but also intimate," Travis explained, excitement radiating in every word. Mahomes leaned forward, joking, "Just don't forget us when you start the honeymoon." The room erupted in laughter again. the tension of the day melting away with every smile and playful comment. Even Reid joined in, teasing, "Just make sure your marriage strategy is as strong as your game plan. We need you fully focused when the season hits." Travis nodded seriously, though his eyes sparkled with happiness. It was clear that this announcement wasn't just about dates and rings. It was about love, family, and celebrating a future that felt bigger than football, bigger than fame, and even bigger than anyone in that room could have imagined.